How do you love yourself when you can't love yourself? I'm exhausted. Lately, I've, 24F, been pushing my BF, 25 meters, of 5 years away and it's hurting him. I feel guilty when he does caring/supportive things for me, and exhausted when I am with him, because my plate is full from trying to hold my own self together. I don't want to lose him, yet when I am with him I don't feel comfortable. Taking a break isn't an option, as we recently just got back together from a breakup where I engaged in some self-destructive behaviors. As a result, he would not be comfortable in being apart unless we fully call it quits. Feeling the way I have been, I just want space to get better on my own and to not have to care for anyone else. I am lost and not sure what to do or where to go from here. Does anyone have similar experiences or insights as to whether or not I'm effing up? Lol. Too long didn't read, pushing my BF away due to my depression and looking to get some space. Have you communicated this to him? You may not need to break it off if the responsibility you feel is lessened. Possibly even couples counseling so you can both figure out what exactly you both need. He may be able to help you in ways that you did not even realize that were there. Definitely do what is best for you, but it sounds like you are not ready to let go yet. Find out all your options and go from there. Good luck, love. Yesterday night I broke up with my girlfriend of almost a year for similar reasons. I felt like I really needed to work on myself and I wasn't able to give her the attention, love, and care that she deserves. So today we haven't texted and I do really miss her. But I think that it was best in the long run that I did end things last night. It sounds like you're beyond internet help. Therapy might do you some good. Is this something you've considered? Yes, I was in therapy before and I am seeking a new therapist currently, hoping this will help clear my mind. Sounds to me like this is a right person, wrong time kind of thing. If you need to take a step back and take care of yourself, then do it. He will be okay eventually after healing, so don't stay with him out of guilt if you're struggling. Maybe after getting yourself in a good place you two can try again, but I think that's a future problem. Question you need to ask is whether or not this is the healthiest place for you and if you're even happy maintaining a relationship while being emotionally exhausted. If you decide to stay together, then I hope you find the help that you need and are sure to be very open and communicate with him how you're feeling. When I 38 was married, I didn't love myself much either, but I loved my ex-wife 40 because she accepted the train wreck that I was. It is the very reason that led me to marry her in the first place. She had her own problems with herself too, though stemming from a previous marriage, and treated me kind of the same way as you did with your BR. Kind of. It was an internal struggle for her. She went to see a therapist. It's worked out for her. On my end, I can say that not loving/liking myself doesn't deter me from feeling love for others, as I'm still capable of being moved emotionally by someone. I think it depends on the person though. He bring in moments of happiness for me, so I am capable of being moved. However, I feel guilty when he brings me joy. I do love him, but I am just feeling exhausted when trying to maintain this partnership, if that makes sense. Anyways, thank you for sharing your story and insights. Does my father, 75, need an intervention or leave him alone? Me, 32M / and my fiance, 33F / have a 1-year-old together. We have been together for 6 years. I knew my father never liked my now fiancée when we dated, but when we announced her pregnancy, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and at that point my father tried to get me to leave my girlfriend. We come from a conservative and traditional Asian background, and social status is important. Looking at it from that POV, my girlfriend and her family would be considered below ours. I believe he didn't like her for this reason at the start, but now it has ballooned into something else entirely. I made it clear that wasn't going to happen, and that is when we stopped talking. Between being upset with him, navigating through COVID, moving into a new house and learning how to be a father, it's been about 1.5 years since we last spoke, and only started again this year. In that time he has never seen my daughter or fiancé. Not only has he not seen them, he won't even acknowledge their existence in any conversation. He made a rule where they were not allowed in his house and he will not visit mine. My mom disagrees with this but won't speak up about it over my father. The one that is losing the most and I feel absolutely terrible about is my mom. She wants a relationship with her granddaughter but is constantly being pulled back by my father into his world where they don't exist. I can tell from speaking with them together these last few weeks they have been constantly fighting about this and my parents' relationship looks toxic. I asked my father some tough questions and he admitted to not caring about my mom's happiness and only being together because it's practical. This seriously upset me and made me lose any respect I had left for him, but in the end he is still my father and I know he did his best to raise me. My gut tells me an intervention is needed because it can't be healthy to pretend your granddaughter and soon to be Sil doesn't exist, especially when your wife wants a relationship with them. We are planning to grow the family, move into a bigger house and get married in the next year or two, and it would be nice to keep the family together for that. The other hand, he is old and maybe we should let him live the life he wants since there is not much time left. This is the route my mom seems to be taking at her expense. My fiance seems to agree with this as well and says I shouldn't try to force a relationship on him he doesn't want. Too long didn't read. Father pretends my family doesn't exist. Should I intervene or leave him alone? Your mom is also older, and deserves to live a life she wants. Why is her happiness considered of no importance? As for your father doing his best to raise you, that is the normal expectation for everybody who chooses to bring a child into the world. Doesn't make him special or praiseworthy. Let your father be a stubborn lonely old goat. Don't take the joy away of your child from your mom. Share pictures with her. Meet her without your father. Talk to her on the phone without him so she can develop a relationship with your partner. You're watching your father abuse your mother and treat your wife and daughter like shit without doing anything to help because I know he did his best to raise me. Think about that. He's a grown man, set in his ways, stubborn and bigoted. In my experience, you can't make him do anything. An intervention is just going to be you beating your head against a brick wall. It's going to cause more trouble than it's worth. Meet your mom outside the home somewhere and let her meet her grandchild. Your dad will have to live with his decision. Your mom needs to be the one to make the decision to see you and your family. Your father is a lost cause. A customer, M24-28, who has a crush on me F26, keeps showing up at my place of work and it's making me uncomfortable. A mutual friend confirmed my suspicions that this guy, I have no idea how old he is, I assume around my age, has a giant crush on me. I've known him as a customer for about a year. When I first met him he made a bad impression because I was showing a friend something on my phone and he walked around to put his face over my shoulder to look at what I was showing her, which was private. Usually I'd just avoid someone like that, but now he keeps showing up at my store, and even shows up when I'm vending out at events. I feel like normally I'd just tell him he's making me uncomfortable, but I also have been told he's extremely suicidal/depressed by multiple mutual friends. Do I just deal with it? I know it's not the end of the world, but I also have really bad experiences with feeling trapped with people. Currently I find myself getting more and more standoffish/curt towards him and I feel like a total asshole. The more I think about how he only comes by when I'm forced to be there, the more I feel trapped/angry I get. I don't know how to proceed. Too long didn't read. Depressed customer who has crush on me keeps showing up to my place of work and it's making me feel uncomfortable/trapped with him. I don't know how to proceed. #edit. A lot of you guys are suggesting I talk to my manager/boss. I am the boss. I own the company. Also I used the non-romantic flair, but maybe this is counts as romantic, but I don't really know. Flair wise, forgive me. Fuck no, you don't just put up with his creepy behavior just because he's depressed. Your comfort and peace of mind are not less important than his depression. Tell him you're uncomfortable and to leave you alone. Tell him he's making you uncomfortable. His depression shouldn't be taken into account. You bring up front with him isn't going to push him over the edge. If anything, it might be a wake-up call. He needs to change his habits. His mental health is his problem, but his stalking behavior has become your problem. You need to deal with this by talking to your manager about this customer. The manager would then go up to him with his best firm, authoritative, yet professional voice, basically say, "I've noticed you in here quite often, but not necessarily as a customer looking to purchase our products. Your presence has made our staff uncomfortable. You are welcome to come here and purchase items, but you need to leave afterwards," or something to that effect. You say you are the boss and you own the company. If you won't stand up for yourself, do you think any of your current or potential male or female employees would be willing to come to you if they were having this kind of trouble? If a stranger was making one of your staff uncomfortable, would you just duck your head or ask them to just deal with it? Set an example for yourself and your business. Don't think about yourself in this scenario. Think about your business and your employees, and your responsibility as an owner for setting the tone for the kind of things you are and aren't willing to accept. This dude's feelings aren't your responsibility. Be clear, firm and polite with him both about your boundaries and the business's policies on his behavior, and if he still persists, call the police. And as someone else said, if you don't want to have this conversation with him directly, hire someone who will. It's 2021. You can deal with this, and moreover, as a business owner who may employ others, you have a responsibility too. If he has depression, it is his problem, not yours.